that. Live. Okay. I don't know how to do that, but I want it so much. Live Brazil. Live in Brazil.
Okay, I
Yeah,
understand.
it's all. It's all.
Thanks a lot for sharing. And how about you,
Okay.
Murilo? Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Murilo. I'm 30 years old. I work as front-end developer, and I'm here for improve my English too, and work abroad too. Yeah, in the future. I have been studying TALKNTALK since September. Yeah, that's it. And you, Licia?
Okay, my name is Letícia. I'm 39 years old. I live in Porto Alegre, and I'm a software developer, and I'm here to improve my English, and that's it.
Yeah, just saw your name, Leticia. I was thinking about the actress, Patricia, and I said Patricia earlier, so I'm sorry.
No problem. Sometimes people call me Patricia. I don't know.
So I'm not alone. I'll
No
feel
problem.
better now. I feel better. So just for those who might not know me from YouTube, I'm Sarah. I'm a hostess here on TNT. I'm also here to study and to improve my English. I'm not a tech girl, but I can learn, right? And I'm here to guide the conversation and make sure everything goes well. So the second question. In your view, for how long has technology influenced society? Explain your point of view. So I will start to warm up and then we can continue, okay, with the conversation. So I don't know for sure, of course, because I don't have the data to analyze, but I'd say maybe technology is being with us since longer than we know, than we acknowledge, because, for example, we have other ways to make our lives easier. That is also technology, but we kind of associate with internet, with, I don't know, cell phones and things that are very modern, but in general, technology can be, I believe technology can also be simple. So maybe it has influenced us for maybe before the wars, especially in these periods when people had to find some ways to fight and to organize themselves. So I think that maybe the war is a good reference, but it could have started earlier. I think that technology is a huge part of our society, and I think in the future will be even bigger. Yeah. What do you think, Murilo?
Yeah, there are so many cases about it. For example, when I call Uber or taxi, yeah, and helps a lot people in the medical surgery, yeah, and other strange. Let me see, give me now another example. And there are a lot of examples. So technology helps a lot society nowadays. And, work from home, yeah, home office, and after pandemic, it's helped a lot too. And it's possible because technology exists, yeah. And yeah, I think that's it. And you, Clebson, how do you think about it?
About technology, um, I don't know, but I think it's very important. Currently, because it create create the possibility, create many possibilities to people talk, um, and many possibility to people to communicate with uns aos outros. I don't know how to say that.
Each other.
Yeah, which yeah, I think it is that.
Yeah. Do you believe that technology is something new or something older? Like
Mhm.
recent or old?
Technology. I believe that technology, it's something that ever exists, since the creation of the first, tool to do to hunting
Mhm.
animals and stuff. And now with the computers and everything, Wi-Fi, always technology. It's depends on the point of view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting point. I haven't thought about it, the tools, about hunting, but you are right. For sure. Thanks a lot. And you, Leticia?
I agree with you said, Sarah, and in my opinion, how we know technology now, it's totally different a long time ago. And if you compare the similar technology in the 70 years, I don't know, it started in the wars, in the university, for example, first the communication in different wars. But if you think a long time ago in the industry, for example, there is a different ways of technology the people think about automating process, for example, in general. And I think different ways of the technology, totally different how we know the technology now.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of changes happened, right? And keep happening. Like we are talking right now and something's changing. They are creating new options and new stuff that we don't know about. And maybe in the next days, next year, we're gonna hear about it. Very, very good. So the next question number 3. Do you think that technological development can be understood as one of the reasons for deforestation and imbalance between humans and nature? That's complex, that question. Very deep. Leticia, can you start?
Okay. If I think about this question, if I think about the technologies use like the blockchain, for example, they use a lot of energy, for example. Sometimes I think these contribute to humans, to deforestation, to humans and nature. But in the past, I don't know, because if you think of a few years ago, a lot of years, the boom of the technology, it's help to humans and nature too. And I think it's a complication question, because sometimes, in general, technology help humans and nature, and the other times the technology don't help the nature. For example, if you think about the fund, the giant fund to generate energy, for example, it's a good technology to about the energy, the nature energy. But if you think the infrastructure that is involved, it's a lot of things affect the nature, the environment in general. And there is a balance about this.
Yeah, very good. That's why the question is tricky, right? Very good points you brought. And I'd like you to choose someone to answer the question so we can interact a little bit more, okay?
Okay, Murilo.
Okay, in the past, I think so. I agree with the question they asked, because in the past, humans create a lot of machines for create products, for example, in the deforestation a lot, yeah. But nowadays it's changing because it's impacted a lot of environment, yeah. And nowadays has a lot of laws for avoid this, for it, yeah. And for example, as on laws that apply in so many companies, helps even earning investments, yeah, when I avoid the impacting environment. Uh, the Yeah, I think that's it. Nowadays it changes a lot because technology is necessary for avoiding impact environment. In the old clubs.
So I think that technology is something um, we can we can't stop. It's something inevitable. Inevitable. I don't know
Mhm.
how. Um, so I think um, I think um, if we are here, if we are human being, I think it is because we have technology and ad, advance technology advance, and I think we have to we have to find cada vez mais. We have to find
More
brick
and
by brick,
more.
more and more, brick by brick, a way to uh, have a good relation with the environment and don't um, um, you know I think we have to establish here to
Establish.
establish a good relation with both with both.
Yeah, I agree with you. Very good. Don't worry, okay? You can. I think it can be a little nerve wracking. We can get nervous, but it's normal.
Okay.
So I agree with the guys because they said about the past and now. I believe that, for example, when they had to create factories, they had to explore a lot, destroy some spaces, some natural spaces, use a lot of resources. But now I think the technology could be our savior in the ways to create more efficient processes and to save energy, like Leticia mentioned, and make sure the environment is also part of the process, not only to take something but also to give back, and Murilo mentioned about the social responsibility that investors and clients, they want you to be responsible, with the environment. So I don't think the companies can escape from this anymore. They have to find ways, and technology is one of the answers for this problem, for sure.
I have a good example, yeah. And here near in my city has an company and they produce energy that in the past use coal, yeah, for produce energy, and now use water or wind, yeah, and the eolic, yeah.
Mm,
It's changing because it's impact a lot of environment. Yeah.
yeah. Great contribution. Guys, I love when you do this. Like you don't have to just expect your time to say, like, answer the question. But if you remember something you can add, please be comfortable. Okay. You can, oh, I would like to add something. So go ahead. It's your home here. I hope you feel comfortable. Okay. And the next question. Do you see the chipped stones of the prehistorical period or the Archimedes screw as a form of technology, and why? I think that this question can be a little complicated because the chipped stones, like the rocks they use to cut things, and the Archimedes screw, I think it's like a tool. chave de fenda, something like this, if I'm not mistaken, okay? So that's how we can answer this question. I think Clebson said something about the tools in the past, right, that were useful, like to hunt and so on. So maybe he can start with this question. What do you think?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's we can consider it like technology. And I don't know how how to say about it. Uh, I don't know. You guys can proceed with this question. Have there is an order to the people to speak to answer this question or not?
Not at all.
Okay.
You can choose.
What do you think about it, Murilo?
Just a question. I totally agree with the question because in the past it was innovation for was innovation because it's not existing before, and I think so. It's a form of technology, and yeah, I agree. And you, let's.
I agree, but it's totally different the how we technology now, how we know technology now. But if you think about in the past, people live totally different nowadays, and the people has the mentality to create tools and the other things help their life. I agree with it's the different form of technology help this life of the people in this time, and okay.
Yeah, Murilo used the right word, like innovation. You know, if it is something that brings a different perspective and makes the life of people easier, for me, it could be considered as technology. Even though for us, when we think, look back, it's so basic, right? But for them, it was something that changed a lot of things in the way they used to live. So for me, I agree with you guys. And for me, the next question kind of answered, but would you guys like to answer something, to add something actually? Like what is technology for you?
In my opinion, the technology, it's different kinds of process things you can use in the society to help a lot of people, for example, or change the parts of the history, for example. And if you think about the technology at the moment, you think a lot of computers and internet and the other things, but you think a long time ago, there is the people in general create a lot of different things to use, different tools to use for bad or for a good in his time of the history, for example. And there is, it's part of the technology.
Yeah, I'd say it depends on the perspective, right? Like this pencil you are holding could be technology. People used to write with I don't know, a piece of rock or something, like very difficult to write with, and now we have some other ways. But if you only think about technology as something very complicated, with a lot of wires and a lot of things that people might not understand because it is advanced. You know, for me, when we talk about technology, a lot of things are out of my league. But yeah, you can say it depends on the concept you have, right? And you, Murilo, do we
Yeah,
want to add something?
yeah, I agree with you. And for example, when I create a new product and impact society a lot, and in general, when I change some area, yeah, that helps in the better it's it. And for me, technology when you innovation in general, in resume, yeah. And it's innovation, but it has useful, yeah, as useful because it's not necessarily innovation. It's the useful, yeah. It has useful needs a lot, yeah. That's it. And you, Clemson?
Me, I believe that technology is like a way to une the human being with the nature, uh, make it better and helping everyone. Um, I think I guess we think uh, a little, just a little bit about technology on health, for example. And there is many tools from technology can help us with our health too. Um, when we get sick, for example, and the hospitals and everything. Technology is everything. I know it's so.
Amazing point. We are here because of technology, right? The conversation, the
Yeah.
environment, and me, I'm here also because of the vaccines that I believe that are a life change for us and give us more quality of life. But I think that it's very important, the thing that you mentioned about the health and how the technology applies to that as well. Very nice point. Thanks a lot, Clebson. And let's talk about the tech talk itself. Okay, the next question. Leticia, can you read this one? And you can share your opinion.
Yes, this session is a tech conversation. Do you think that a topic focused exclusively on topics related to computing would be interesting? I think it's a good option, and but when you, in my opinion, I think sometimes people feel afraid, insecurity, I don't know, talks with a specific tech topics in English, okay? But I think the mix, it's a good choice. But if you think it's the main point we stay here, it's talk about the technology and feel more comfortable about the technology. Sometimes talk in specific tech conversation. It's a good point to improve this English. But sometimes if you think that other people don't understand a lot of technology, it's a important or a good opportunity to understand more, in my opinion. I think it's not okay. I think it's not necessary to talk about the bit by bit, for example, but concepts in general about technology, people use more. I don't know how to work their specific software, their specific process in the technology, and explain in English in general. Okay, and you, Murilo?
Yeah, it can be not about technology only. It's about another thing is involved technology. Yeah, because nowadays it's very necessary. People knows something about technology, and in the future it's impact society around the world, how like everyone, everything, yeah. And for me that's it. And you, Clebson?
I think technology, talking more a fundo. It's a topic that may cause may I agree with Leticia, may scare some people because we have many terms from the technology specifically, talking about hardware and software and stuff can scare the people, but how my mates said, I think it's important, and I think it's important abordar. Eu vou lembrar. I think it's important approach this topic in general, talking about technology in expensive form in general. I like I think it's up.
Yeah, very good. I agree with you. I think that as someone who is not from the tech field, I believe that it's important to mix because you can make it more appealing for the people if you just talk about a conversation like this one that are more inclusive, for example. But if you also want to make sure people feel confident to talk about technology at their workplace. For this, I think that is also important to bring the more topics that it's related to computing and I don't know, Java, Python, these type of things, more specific. But very good points, guys. Maybe I will come one of these meetings just to know what is about the names. You have a lot of names to the technologies that I'm not familiar with. I just see on LinkedIn and yeah, I get lost, but okay. Yeah, let's move on. What about the next question? Okay, the question number 7. I'm gonna give you to Murilo. Can you go with this one?
It's possible not to talk about technology when talking about topics involving humans. Nowadays it's hard because almost the world use technology like in social media, yeah, and impacts our minds, our behaviors, yeah. And only you going to the park, going to the garden, and leave your cell phone in the house, yeah, without cell phone, and talk about meditation. Another thing is books, yeah, and this kind of things. It's very interesting, and not put technology in your conversation. Yeah, that's it for me. Next week, let's see.
I think it's possible to talk about humans, not involve the technology, but nowadays it's hard because people use technology all the time. But if you think we live in a bubble about the technology, okay, we talk a lot about this. But if you think in other people don't have access, if use the technology, people talk about life, the weather, and the other things that don't have, there exist many different technology in their life. I think for us, it's hard because the bubble when we live, but if in general, I think a lot of people don't talk about the humans, don't include the technology with this. But it's not my day. It's not common for me, but I try sometimes. And you, Clebson?
I think I agree with you. I think it's possible talking about human and without talking about technology, but I believe in a certain moment you ended up you ended up reaching a lot of a little fragmento uh, of topic technology. Um, I think technology it's all the time changing us and changing your your ways to see the world. Um, we can talk about, for example, the speed who the things happen today. It's everything more faster and everything more immediate. You understood? Yeah, I know that is because that a lot of it is because the existence of the technology. We are changed. So don't thinking about all these things. I know we can talking about weather, how Leticia said. We can talking about health. We can talking about um, body health and other things. I know it's that.
Philosophy about life. Philosophy a lot.
Yeah.
It's
If you
interesting.
talk about the weather, for example, you don't see the weather in the app. You see the sky and and the manager how the weather changed. Because if you see the app, you talk about the technology.
Yeah. It's different. It's
That's true.
difficult to separate the things.
Yeah, I'm impressed because I was thinking how other way, like the how it came here and talk about a lot of stuff like family, love. But if you think about it, the social media is something that always comes up in the conversations because it is something that's a part of our daily life. So I think that Murilo also said talked something about this. And yeah, but in general, maybe people who are not so familiar with technology, they might talk about something else. But it's interesting, like Leticia said, I was remember about doctors, for example. A lot of doctors, some doctors that I know, they say they are friends with other doctors. So for them, it's hard not to talk about healthy, about I don't know, some technical things, and I think it applies the same to the tech professionals. It could be the similar, in this approach. So I think we have time for one last question. I would like to skip the next one, if you are okay with this question. Let's go to question number 9, okay? Can technology related topics, no, sorry. What technology related topics do you think could be interesting for you to discuss here on TNT? Clebson, what
Mm,
topics do you like?
I like to, I guess it was interesting when if we're talking about data security, for example, and engenharia social and stuffs like hackers and I think it's important for everyone, specifically in this generation that we have so many crimes, cyber crimes, and I think it's important. And about you, Murilo?
Talks about metaverse. It's very interesting. It's very
Mm,
crazy. It's very crazy too,
right.
because in the future it's changing behavior around the world, around the peoples a lot. Yeah, and I like to when you see your friends. Yeah, about you put you on the glasses and live in the virtual life. Yeah, It's very crazy for me, but it's turning reality in the future, because when people that born now, it's going to survive it, yeah. And it's not common nowadays, but nowadays it's not common. Depends. Nowadays has a lot of technology that fixed people's in your house, yeah. And the social media, people stay in social media how long time of your daily, yeah, closing so many times, yeah. For me, metaverse, it's very interesting about. And let's.
I think we can talk about the artificial intelligence and how this impacting our life. It's not only in general life, but for example, in the tech life. And discussing how people create different types of the AI to impact the companies and the developers and the other parts about in this process of the software development. But I think there is other topics about technology we can talk about. For example, the industry process and how they use the technology. It's for example, in my opinion, I just work in a software development, but just working a digital product. I don't have idea how the industry use the technology in their process, for example. I think it's totally different when I think about the technology, and I don't know, IoT and the other things, and I have a list of terms about the technology. Low code, it's a new types of the technology. People create digital products very fast, but I don't know if it's possible to escalate this in the future, and the others.
Yeah, very good. I think that I wrote here the points you mentioned because I will bring to the team, okay, so we can talk about it. Not me, probably, but Sabrina, Raisa, and the others, okay? Very good points. And maybe you could also make like a immersion for beginners, people who are interested in technology, and talk about the first steps. I think that would be very good because people can learn with your experiences, and you can also be like a mentor for some guys or girls who want to get in this field. So maybe you can also have this type of conversation. What do you think about this? Any of you can just talk. Leticia, would you like to talk about this, like with other people, about how you started in your career in technology?
Excuse me, I don't pay attention to your question. Sorry.
Don't worry.
Repeat, please.
Okay, I was just asking if you'd like to maybe share about your experience, your first steps in technology with others, like immersion for beginners in technology, something like this.
Okay. I think it's a good choice to talk when you start the technology, because when I start, it's totally different when you and the others. It's the other time in technology. It's totally different, and I think it's a good choice to use this, to talk about this.
Yeah, I was wondering. Thanks a lot, and I will thank you for the time and patience. I hope you like the conversation. Okay, next week Sabrina will be back, so you don't have to beat me or make a protest in front of the TNT because she will be back. Very, very good hostess, very nice girl. A great energy, and let me check with the others about the conversation. Malu?
Hello.
Hey, girl. How was the conversation for you?
Amazing as always. I love to be here.
Yeah, I'm happy to be.
Discussing different topics with colleagues. Nice.
I'm very happy to see you here. And we were talking about the technology, the different concepts, you know, and I would like to give you this question. Question number 5. What does technology mean from your point of view?
Okay. We discussed that technology can be not just gadgets, but any kind of gadget, but also process, product, service that change the environment, you know, change what we have today. So basically, any kind of step ahead that we give can be considered as technology. And I know it can be not so specific, but for example, when we look for the chipped stones, we can consider it as technology in that time.
Yes, that's true. Murilo mentioned something about this as well, like innovation that changed the lives in that time. So I agree with you. Very good. Thanks a lot, Malu. And guys, I shared here with you the survey. Okay, you can access this link and give your feedback. Let us know what you think, and also give some suggestions. I shared here some random words that are the suggestions you mentioned, but you don't have to worry about that. Okay, it's just for me to remember to share with the group. And let me see what else. Reinaldo, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So I'm gonna give you the last question. What technology-related topics do you think could be good for us to discuss here? Okay, go ahead.
Por enquanto não, quero só ouvir mesmo, é a primeira vez aqui.
Oh, so my bad. I didn't know it was the first time. Acho que eu perguntei ali no comecinho, mas você não pegou. Mas quais tecnologias você gostaria que a gente falasse aqui?
Que ajudasse a procrastinar.
Que ajudasse a procrastinar ou a não procrastinar?
A não procrastinar. Trabalhar menos, viver
Yeah.
mais.
Some tips about being productive, maybe. So technologies to help you to be more productive. Very good. Thank you so much. And I want you to hear about your first time here, okay? I didn't know it was the first time, but now você pode compartilhar um pouquinho com a gente sobre a sua primeira experiência aqui?
Foi bem legal, acho que ela estava há muito tempo tentando fazer um ingresso nessas aulas aqui mais avançadas, sempre estava procurando nas iniciais, essa foi a primeira, eu achei bem acolhedor vocês aí, eu quero até agradecer o Luiz, a Malu aí pela paciência e discutir as questões aí, mas foi muito bom, eu espero que seja uma de várias aí.
Yeah, eu também. You are welcome, okay? Você é bem-vindo de voltar aqui. And thanks a lot, Malu and Luis, for the warm welcome that you gave him. That's very important for us here. And Luis, the last question I'm going to give to you, okay? So question number 6. Do you think we should talk, focus more on computing topics or maybe not?
Sorry, could you repeat the question, please? Because I think that the number 6, I didn't get well the question. Could you please?
Okay, so do you think a topic focus only on computing subjects would be more interesting to have here, or we can talk more general about technology?
Well, I think any choice could be interesting to be here. We were discussing this because technology is not just about the computing and device itself. It could be a process that improve our life quality and That's it.
Yeah. Very good point. Thanks a lot. And Calebson said something about this as well, about healthy and how technologies impacts a lot of topics in our lives. Very good. Nice to have you here, by the way. I'm missing you in the other immersions, you know? Come back.
It's a pleasure.
Okay, thanks a lot. And I think that's it now, guys. Don't forget to answer, okay, the survey. You can give your feedback and always be welcome to join us in other immersions. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope you have a nice day, okay?